Hi, how are y'all doing? So, today was just kind of one of those days where, so I only got one trade, and it was 4 points, but I kind of got thrown off. I feel like I missed some things I should have gotten. So, anyway, let me get like right here, for instance. I tried to get in, but it was right. I tried to get in with a limit order right there, 15. Yeah. So what I was thinking here is, okay, we're off the key entry point. We have, we have these two bounces right there, and then those two off the highs. It fits pretty well, and then it bounced here, and then this downtrend had a break, new low. It's not much, but it's off a huge key entry point, so I thought that was enough for it to play out. Just one small leg down. At least it's not a wick. It uses a couple bars to get to make the new low, but and what I was thinking was, okay, I don't want to take it because it's rejected the EMA. It didn't quite touch it, but it basically rejected the EMA, and then it closed below the EMA, and I would have to push. It would have to push through the EMA right after making this double top, which I was not planning on trying to go for 1-to-1. I was going to try to go for 1 to 1.25, because then I can get out right at the highs. But I never got filled on it, and so that kind of tilted me, because I only got one trade, and it was only 1-to-1, and then I got left behind here, so I guess I'll draw a little circle there. So I got left behind there, and then I did not get anything else after that. I noticed I should have at least tried to enter on this right here, because I saw someone actually post this. This triple test right here, 1, 2, 3, triple test, also with the 2 legs down here. So, and also, so right here, this is a insanely good context area right here, because you have the uptrend break, expecting a new high. So you are expecting prices to try to make a new high. You have 2 legs back on a big picture, and then you have a triple test. You can definitely get the whole range at this point. And then you wouldn't want to take this because it clearly has a short-term trend line right there. But I feel like I should have tried to get in with a limit order after you get that close above the EMA. Because anyway, the guy it was Alvaro, posted it. He entered here, and then he got out up here with like 10 points or something. So that was really nice to see. But it got away from me. It's not a perfect setup there, and then you would need a limit order, and I didn't even try to enter. I feel like, and I don't think I would have gotten filled. Like maybe I would have entered at that EMA right there, and then I could have been filled maybe. But anyway, I probably would have tried to put it one tick above that bar, just because it's so close to the EMA anyway, and it's not like I would need the price to push back through the EMA so much anyway. So I probably would have tried to enter there, but I didn't try. So I wouldn't have been filled anyway, even if I did try to get in. So, it's not a big deal, but there's some good trades here. So let's just go through the day. So here, I just kind of drew these for a post, but you can see those legs up right there, and let's see, where's 8:30? Here's 8:30. We have the highs, lows. We're in this range. It's the overnight range. You can see the 2 legs up that forms it, and then price tries to push back down, but it ends up holding. You get this bullish imbalance. It just bounces early, holds above the EMA. You go into this uptrend here. You go into this uptrend, and then at this point is right where it started for me, around 8 o'clock. And we're basically just in this uptrend. We can look for a fade. You can wait for a break, and then a couple attempts at a new high, and then a failure down. That's a little bit too short picture. I would have wanted something a little bit better. But, maybe 2 clear legs back without closing above both times, because then it kind of seems like the uptrend is succeeding. So I didn't think that it was worth taking that, but, clearly you can see what's happening. Uptrend, break, first attempt higher, second attempt higher, failure. But it's a little bit short picture. So then you can draw this downtrend, drew it right off from the wick there and through that body. In this downtrend, you get that first entry. Definitely can't just short a first entry like that. First entry long, second entry long, failure. It's a to the tick failed second entry, but it's just a leg down and then a break. That's how I see it, like that. So I don't really see anything worth taking there. And also, it didn't even get to the EMA or trend line, so it's like it's just not a perfect trade. So anyway, we get this sharp move up. We finally start correcting to the EMA. We push through the EMA. We don't get any setups on the EMA, and then you don't immediately want to just buy the first bar that closes out, because you can see uptrend break. We are expecting a new high. I'll draw the channel for y'all. So we have uptrend break, expecting a new high, but EMA didn't hold price, and then our first entry is inside the short-term trend line. You did get an overshoot, but the fact that it rushed below the EMA at an area of where very possibly we can still fade this range, I would not want to be taking that long right there. And so has a couple attempts higher, but it makes a new low. So now you can see the short-term downtrend played out with a break and a new low, and then you got the green light to make the new high for this uptrend. So the short-term downtrend played out, and then you made the new high for this uptrend here. So uptrend, break, couple attempts at a new high, makes the new high, goes into this range right here. And then you can see that those couple legs up right there, and then I got this. At first I drew it from here, and then I drew it off of this, and then it kind of it cut through a little bit there, and then as more time went on, I ended up adjusting it to there. But that's what I was thinking. We have two clear legs up at that point. They're clearly connected to each other. So you get a couple legs up, corrects down to the EMA, nothing. You're waiting on a correction to the EMA. You just don't quite get anything, and then you get this first entry. I mean, it is a second entry. I see first entry long, second entry long, but that's just one leg down. So to me, it just looks like a first entry. And then here you get a second leg down. So yeah, I'll go over this one more time. So I trade a little bit big picture. So like here, I can see the second entry, the first entry long, second entry long, but that is just one move down. I'm not going to take a trade going for a big target based on a tiny second entry like that. I want to see big moves like this: first entry, second entry, two clear legs down, not little wicks higher, like a clear break and then a new low, two legs back. That's a clear second entry. That is still a second entry right there, but these are the types of moves that I'm trying to find so I can go for bigger targets, is the point I'm trying to make here. So we're getting congestive, and inside of that congestion, we have the two legs down. And so you can see this as a failed break out of this range. Expect to retest the highs, but we just don't get any good setup here. I mean, it's just in this downtrend, and then once you get a break, you don't need an attempt lower because you already have the two legs down, but you just don't have any good bars at all. It's just, bear bar right there. It's almost a doji, but it's really just a bearish bar. And then this bar, it does close above, but it already got so high up. This is just a really sketchy looking area to enter at. And then it pushes lower. This entry looks a little bit better than everything else because it's just a doji. It's not bearish doji, but it's still not a good bar. It's right after this huge bear bar right here, and also not being able to reach those highs. So I was just worried about it. So I skipped it, and we go into this uptrend here, or here. I'll do the shorter term stuff. We push out of it, push out the highs of the range. We break out, pull back. So breakout, pull back, not worth taking. I'm not going to take a breakout, pull back directly into the high of the day. And so, anyway, I just draw this bigger pattern that's in play. We can't reach the EMA because when prices are correcting, it's like it ticks lower, you get this correction here, then it pushes higher. Clearly, there's a bigger pattern in play. So, bigger trend right here. We have uptrend, break. You can look at it as uptrend, break, first attempt higher, second attempt higher, and then a failure down, which creates this second leg down, because you can see that with this two-legged move, it's just one leg down, and then you can see the break, and then another leg down, even though you can see two legs in that one as well. And this is where I got my entry at. Now, I want to quickly talk about it, because I know it's not the best-looking trade. So I didn't just put my stop above this bar. What I did is I waited for this bar right here to close above. It ticked higher, and then I got filled one tick above the signal bar. And it did technically close above on it, but I didn't really consider that a close above. I just considered that a close on. And this one, clearly it closed above and rejected the EMA because it tried to push through, and it rejected prices, pushed all the way back up. That's a good bar to enter based on. And then I just put my limit order one tick above the signal bar after this bar triggered with a tick higher. So, and then I got out at 1-to-1 at the other end of the range right there. So, looks like a pretty good trade to me. Because how I see it is we're in the uptrend. We have this bigger uptrend in play here. Sorry, let me get this scaled good. We have this nice uptrend in play. And then we have two clear legs down and a breakout of this range. Most breakouts fail. Enough room to those highs with two big legs down. That's really all I can say about it. It just looks it looks really good. The context looks really good. The setup could have been a little bit better, but anyway, so that pushes us up into this uptrend, break, couple attempts at a new high, fails, reverses lower. And here, this is that entry I was talking about at the beginning, how I tried to enter with a limit order back in here, but of course it didn't fill me. But so we have downtrend, break, new low, downtrend played out. I usually would have wanted to see something a little more, relative in size, but it is being held down by a major key entry point here, so, that's something to consider. But and I just wanted something above the EMA. And if this was a healthy if this was a healthy trend, then I would have been okay with just taking this right into the EMA. But the fact that we're going sideways here, we have this double top, it's like, I would be worried about reversing early. Clearly, it's not the strongest trend. It's pretty strong, but it's not, it's not reaching the other side back and forth. It's kind of just hanging around the middle. And so with that double top, I'm not going to enter into the EMA like that. So I wanted to close above, waited for it, put my limit order in, did not get filled. I would have gone for right here, so 1-to-1.25. So I would have gone for like way less than 30 ticks. I would have gone for 19 ticks, I think. Yeah, 19. And anyway, so we just push on higher. And after we push higher, we have this break, attempt to make a new high on the short term, fails, another attempt, also fails, then we're just kind of just going sideways at this point. And so now at this point, you can see the uptrend, break, first attempt higher, failure, and at this point, it's like I don't even consider that an attempt higher. That's just an uptrend, and then this is the break right here. We have this downtrend gets a break, and I saw someone take this right here. I think it was Mike. Now, here's the thing, I didn't enter on it, because here's the thing. Here's what I was thinking. I was thinking, okay, we have this big uptrend, break. Now we're expecting a new high for the uptrend. So, because when an uptrend has a break, you can expect prices to make a new high. And so what I was wanting to happen was rush above the EMA, and then two-legged correction, hold, get like a reversal pattern, failure site, like a reversal pattern from this short-term downtrend playing out above the EMA to continue on with this bigger uptrend. And so that's what I wanted to happen. But instead, we got this leg up. You can see it's technically a second entry. It's just one leg up though. And I didn't want to take a short because I was so short. In my mind, I was thinking we're definitely going to make a new high for this uptrend. I really wanted to set up higher, and then we closed above the EMA with 2 bars. So I just didn't think it was worth taking the short because I was thinking it could just be a trap, but it does end up pushing lower. I saw, my God, it's not a bad trade or anything. It's just the context, in my opinion, isn't the best. And yeah, I don't think it has the best context really, but it's not too bad, especially considering it's not a healthy trend anyway, because it didn't reach the highs. It only reached the highs up here when it formed the highs, and then it never retested them. But so it's not bad. It's just the context wasn't that great, I don't think. So the downtrend played out at that point. we push higher, back above the EMA, higher low, no way that you can enter that. It's just a big engulfing bar, and then it's just a big entry bar if you do want to enter on the bar. And so you can draw that uptrend. We push lower again with no warning, straight below the EMA, no entries there, back above, no entries, back below with no entries again. And at this point, now you can see those two bigger legs that I have drawn there. And so this is where I should have entered, or I don't want to say I should have entered, because you can say that about anything that you missed. So I'm going to check on the current price, because I am still trading. Okay. All right. I'm not going to worry about it right now. But after those couple legs down, I already went over this. I don't want to go over stuff too many times over. But we have, after those two legs down, that forms this double bottom. If you're quick, you can get this range really fast, which it took me until about here till I saw this full range here. At first, I had some smaller stuff, but oh whoops. Anyways, so you can get this range pretty fast, and then you push higher, and you get that first entry short, second entry short, and then here you get this failed second entry set up right here. First entry short, second entry short, failure. Now, there's a couple of reasons I don't like it, and I saw it in real time and decided not to take it. Here's why it's not a good failed second entry, because when you get a failed second entry, it's basically like a reversal pattern from the previous played out downtrend. So downtrend break, new low, reversal pattern, right? But you already have two legs up, and both legs keep closing back below the EMA. So clearly there's a lot of bears not wanting to reverse higher from that short-term downtrend that played out. So you basically already have two legs up, a real good failed second entry. You'll have a clear leg up, and then a correction, two-legged correction down, two clear legs that are separate from each other but connected to each other. And then you'll get the entry, not two legs up already, and then just a correction back down that closes below the EMA, and so did the other previous, swing here. So it's really just a terrible looking reversal pattern. It's not worth taking. And then we push lower here, we retest, we get this triple test right here, two legs back, triple test. I feel like once it closed above the EMA there, I should have tried to get in, but I didn't. So anyway, congrats to Alvaro for getting 10 points up here, or something like 10 or 11 or 12 points. And anyway, I had this trend right here. So it was like uptrend, break, new high, and I was like, all right, now I really want to reverse back down here, because I was thinking we can get a breakout of this range. So we have this range, breakout, most breakouts fail. I want to see this uptrend have a break, and then a first attempt at a new high, second attempt at a new high, and then I want to enter on the failure to fade this range, but it ended up holding, and yeah, so now we're just in this uptrend here. Nothing else happened. We just got all these shallow corrections, so yeah, I'm just going to end the video here. Hope y'all had a good day, and I will see y'all in the next video.